Good morning, traders. Welcome to StockCast. My name is Todd Derby, along with co-host James Mason. Good morning, James. How are we doing today?
Todd, I'm all right. How you doing today?
Doing well. Just a quick reminder to everyone, or actually it's a quick announcement that tomorrow we are not running StockCast. We have an important meeting to go to virtually that we have to be part of, and so we will not be running StockCast tomorrow morning.
That meeting has nothing to do with predictive oncology, guys. So don't even start that.
Actually, I started to say that, I'm like, I don't need to say that.
It has to be said.
It has to be said, yeah. All right.
I could be. It's well, hell, for like the last 9 months, it's been to the point I could be like, shit, man. Hey guys, I gotta go to the bathroom. Everybody be like, are you meeting with Bob in the bathroom? Like what? What?
Yeah. Well, I'll give you guys I'll whisper this. Don't tell anyone, but since JetBlue's offer to buy Spirit Airlines got turned down, they're considering buying TTBB possibly.
Yes.
The key word being possibly.
All right. So Dow futures currently down 347 points. S&P 500 is down 41.5 points. And man, the market just bled out yesterday. I was waiting for SPY to honestly give a little bounce on the 5-minute chart before I wanted to go short in it, and it never happened. And I just, it was just one of those things. Like, it did have that downward trend, but just from trading large caps for so long, usually when they pull back the way that the SPY did yesterday, and I can show you guys with the chart. Let's see. So turn this off. All right. So usually when with large caps, this is what I was waiting for to happen. Usually when they start to pull back like this, they tend to have like a little bounce, somewhere in this beginning stage. And I never saw that bounce. I was kind of expecting it to consolidate right in here like this and bounce right here, get rejected below that 186 EMA, and then pull back down. And I was really waiting to try to short it up here somewhere, but it never came. And it just kept bleeding and bleeding. And I didn't touch it. But the reason why I didn't touch it was because I felt like jumping in it at that point without seeing the setup, seeing that resistance that I would have probably been trying to short it at the bottom, and I wouldn't have wanted it to bounce as soon as I would have entered, and it's just been sitting on a loss already. So my setup didn't come. This is also kind of like one of my setups, but I was not expecting the market to bleed out like a penny stock yesterday. And Todd knows exactly what I mean when I say that. Like, yeah, that's what that looks like. This looks like a penny stock that got pumped up hardcore and just bled out the rest of the day.
All day fade, baby.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you were able to jump in this with puts and write this down, man, those puts are sitting pretty. And congratulations. But yeah, for me, I didn't see the setup that I was looking for. And so I just, I didn't have my setup. So I didn't enter it. I sat there, watched it, waited. It didn't come. And that was it. Moved on.
And real quick, that's a really important attribute to your trading style. That a lot of people would jump in there and go, hey, I'll gamble, or I'll do this or that. It's important to recognize your setups, and it's important to be patient for your setups, entering and exiting.
Yeah, seriously, because man, I can't tell you guys. If you guys have been trading for a while, like, you understand what I mean by, everybody has their own little setup. And when you see that setup, you just know. And when I say you just know, that's not always like 100% chance it's going to work out. But the reason why you just know is because it's successful for you. So that's why you just know. But yeah, I didn't see that little setup. I didn't see that little bounce and it going up to get rejected off the bottom part of that 186 EMA. And I just, there was no play for me. But man, it sure would have been nice to take those puts down.
Absolutely. Brian, thank you. Appreciate the tip.
Oh, so okay. I haven't had a chance to even look into this whole Tesla S&P 500 ESG thing. I just read the headlines, okay? So I know zero about this besides headlines. Are they kicked out of something for the ESG, or is it the actual S&P 500? Again, guys, I just read headlines. I haven't looked into anything on this. Do you know?
I don't know. I saw that like somewhere when stuff I read, and I didn't dig into it, but I did see this morning though that let me look up real quick. The number 3 stock shareholder of Tesla, billionaire Leo Kogan, he's asking Tesla for a $15 billion stock buyback to show support of the company or the price in the company. I guess they have a cash reserve of $18 billion.
Wait, okay. So they have a cash reserve of 18 billion, and
Yep.
he's asking them to spend 15 billion
As a stock buyback program. 5 billion this year and 10 billion next year.
Man, that dude has a lot of damn requests. That's like someone coming in your house saying, "Hey, buddy, I know you have a lot of money in your bank account, but I think you should do this with your money."
Well, I think the difference is that he's number 3 shareholder of Tesla, behind Elon and probably his brother.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then you kind of do have a lot of pull there.
Yeah, it'd be like Johnny stepping in and being like, I mean, asking for something, and you'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, I got to talk to you, Johnny. You're a partner.
Oh shit. Okay, so with those, based off of those calculations, if he can request 15 billion out of 18 billion, POAI has roughly 32 million cash on hand now. We can request them buy 28 million worth of stock.
Honestly, if insiders would just buy a million shares right now, that would go a long ways to showing some support. Oh my gosh.
Man, if them motherfuckers would just dig into their couches and pull out pocket changes to buy something, shit. Jesus, like I'm gonna be real. And y'all gonna get me on my little soapbox here, bitching about predictive now. That dropped the other day, and it disgruntled me. You can ask Todd. I was pretty much okay all the way up until that drop, and that drop did it. That was now, man. I'm just a salty bitch now. I'm not gonna lie.
So, funny story regarding the drop. We're doing our pre-market where we can see each other, and I hear the ding on the news alert, and we both stop and look at our news, and we're reading it, and we can see each other reading it, and it was like, what the? And then like, all right, I got to dig into this, blah 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 blah. And we go through the day. The next day, we're doing something, and James' computer dings again right before we're getting ready to start the show, and he's like, "Oh my god, not another one!" It wasn't, but it was like we thought POA was dropping more news, which was gonna. It was kind of funny for me because it was just,
dude, it was, it's just like, nah. 5 years ago, I could have made this joke what I was gonna say, but today the world's too politically correct. But
all right.
I'll tell you later. It's a good one.
All right, sounds good.
But yeah, man, like I forgot my point. I was gonna, or actually, I bet it wasn't even a point. I was probably just talking shit. All right, I'll just move on.
All right,
ranting. Oh yeah, Billy Mitchell, rest in peace, Melvin Capital.
Whew, yeah, I saw that.
But did you guys hear about the new fund they started up? Already raised $5 billion.
Wow, man.
Dude, you talking about like okay, guys, this is how the world works out. So we all know that there's a difference between like rich, middle class, and poor people. So if you break down the layers in the rich class, you have Todd Derby type rich, which he's pretty well off. And, and but imagine being such an elitist in the world that you have a fund, you lose billions of dollars, you have to close that thing down, and people say, hey, we'll give you another $5 billion to do it again.
It's actually crazy. I mean, that when you start to understand wealth,
it's not their money. That's the thing.
I know. You start to understand wealth and where money's in this company. It is shocking that we spend what we spend to go to college, and then we get a 60, 70, 80, $90,000 job. And we try to raise our families and buy a house and get a cottage up north and have a boat for the lake. It's just wow,
dude. Like, it's so crazy how honestly money really works. And like, let me think, what year is this? 2022. If I go back to about 11 years ago, 10 years ago, 2012. And I think back all my times like working for the government and just seeing things happen. You start to see how the world really freaking works. And it's not like what we're told, how like money works, how business works, anything like that, how the government works. That's just like some textbook stuff. It's not like that at all. Money is so freaking dynamic and so complex. It literally, you just have people who just keep rewriting the rules, and everything that you're told how money works. The important people who control it actually do the opposite, and they just get richer. I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. Like, to see. I don't know. I really don't want to say like too much, but yeah, just to see how money is moved around in the world, it's crazy.
It's interesting if you don't understand it and you see it for the first time. It's eye opening and mouth dropping.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, wow, like holy cow.
Mm-hmm. Like before 2012, I could have told you all about how money worked in my mind. 2015. Well, I could have still told you, but like, man, by the time like 2018 came around, man, I just had a whole different perspective on the world at that point. And I mean, shit, like, for instance, like, like I said, I don't want to get in too deep on certain topics, but like, this is kind of going to jump off track for a moment. But I remember a time being in Iraq. I went into this little JSOC area, and it was actually where they had all the drone feeds for the country, or probably one of the locations. But all these monitors up around the wall, just drone feeds everywhere, and it was some of the coolest shit I've ever seen. Like the clarity, like some of the shit I saw was pretty amazing. And then I was talking to one of the lieutenants, the Marine Corps lieutenants. And I was just asking him some questions that I was able to ask him. And he told me, he said, but yeah, just remember, it's not Americans over here bombing the Iraqis. And I was like, what? And I started laughing. And he said, see that guy over there in the corner on his phone? I said, yeah. And he's like, he's a colonel in the Iraqi army. When we have a target, we go over to him. We say, hey, we have this situation, this target. And he gives us a thumbs up, and he signs off on it. And that way, it's not Americans bombing Iraqis. It's Iraqis bombing Iraqis.
Crazy.
That's how, honestly, that's just a simplified version of how the world works. It's all just pencil whipping and moving pieces around off the board by literally taking them off the board and rerouting them to the other side. If it was a game of checkers, it'd start up with your pieces on your side, and the people who actually control the show, saying, okay, they take their pieces, they take them off the board and go straight to the other side, like, oh, checkmate, I win, or checkers, or whatever frick you say. That's it. But all right, I kind of got off the beaten path there, but all right.
Comments? We'll look at some comments.
Yeah, we can.
All
So
right.
next week is that investors conference call for predictive, May 24th. Man, if they don't bring something to the table before that, and I don't know what their strategy is. Like, I mean, I hope they understand what they're walking into if they don't bring nothing to the table. I know me personally, I wouldn't call a meeting like this if I didn't have some significant shit to appease everybody with what's going on.
Agreed.
I just can't wrap my mind around it.
Yeah, I can't. They have to after we ask for it, we get it. Then they do that PR. They have to have some meat for us, or they're setting themselves up for even greater failure.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm tired of freaking waiting though. But let's see what's going on in the comments.
Larry New makes a comment. Damn, Todd, good thing you like JR. That wasn't harsh on him. I was saying he wanted to have a conversation with as a partner. Nothing wrong with that. And I do like JR. We get along great.
Oh, we just talk shit to each other. That's it.
Yeah, that is true. Oh my God, it's like first join the group. If you didn't have thick skin, you would not survive.
I pretty much talk shit to everybody.
You post something or text something to the group, and if it's not spot on, you get roasted. You do. You have to read your text. And go, all right. All right. That passes the James thought process.
Dude, it's been a while. I need to start talking crap to Sean StockCast again. Like, man, Sean talking shit to Sean is the greatest. Like, I can get Sean going pretty good.
Do we have to sign up for the call, Alana? I think so. I have not signed up yet, but there is a registration link that you have to sign up for. So I don't know if it's something you can do right on the spot or the day or two before.
Actually, I'll get that link and I'll push it out on Discord for everybody.
Robert, it will be fully scripted, and the questions will be controlled. But saying that, they still have an opportunity to deliver some positive information, which can help us all out. So I'm okay. And if I was them, it would be a scripted conference call also. And so I understand that. They would not go in there, especially with some of the things that we've seen in the last 48 hours, 72 hours. I would not let it be a free-for-all. It would turn into a shit show.
It would end up being like the Weeble comments, which you know what? I wish.
Actually, we could do a whole show on just posting the Weeble comments, and they would be better than our dad jokes.
They really would be.
Because they're just
I haven't looked over there in so freaking long.
They're just stupid.
Stupid, man. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
And I know some of y'all who are talking shit over there, which I haven't been over there in like forever. But I know some of y'all are watching this show, and I just want to let y'all know that some of the stuff y'all come up with, y'all's theories, conspiracies, man, y'all some stupid motherfuckers. I'm not gonna lie. That's the nicest way I can say it. The shit you come up about me, man, you guys are stupid for real. Like, I'm just not gonna lie. Like, there's no other way to put it. It is what it is.
Karen wants me to adopt her.
But yeah, so man, still not. It's so crazy, Todd. That pre-market, there still ain't shit really popping off.
No, it's actually what we've talked about this a couple times, but it's really like what's happening. The pre-market has slowed down. It is the intraday market that's gotten hotter.
Yes.
It used to be the pre-market was the hot spot, and the intraday was the dead spot. But sometime like between 9:45 and 10:30, there's a small cap ticker or two that just goes out of nowhere. And I don't know why or how it's doing it, but you got to pay attention to your scanners. In the email, I always put 3 or 4 tickers I'm watching. Rarely are those the tickers that go. It's usually something that's down like in the 7th, 8th, 9th spot on my list, of my scanner list, that somehow squeezes or pops later in the day. So you have to be an active trader. I mean, you have to be actively at your account, watching the screens, watching. Oh, we have a guest, special guest. But it's been some intraday runners that's been popping off.
Yeah, for instance, like right now, my number one on my pre-market scanner has only traded 5.9 million shares. You know,
same ticker for me. Yeah.
Yep. INDP.
Yep.
Yep. All right, everybody. So, I mean, with that being said, I mean, there's really nothing pre-market if the number one is only trading just shy of 6 billion shares for volume. So, other than that, again, we're taking tomorrow off. We have some business stuff to handle, and yeah, so we will see y'all on Monday. We appreciate y'all tuning in today, and catch y'all in the next one.
Take care.